Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is JuiceyPlaya, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys another wonderful episode of Storytime Saturdays. I'm pretty sure all of you guys get the concept of Storytime Saturday now, so I'm not going to actually sit here and go through the details with you guys. If you do not know what Storytime Saturdays is, it's going to be a link right now on the screen that you guys can click to go see one of my previous episodes and pretty much get the concept of what it is. But without any further ado, let's get straight into this episode of Storytime Saturday. So I'm pretty sure all you guys can tell by the title. This week I'm going to be telling you guys about my first time getting my penis sucked, or a blowjob, I guess you guys can say. So let's rewind the clock all the way back to about last spring break. It was somewhere around that time, and I was over my stepbrother's house. The same brother that I did the most awkward sex story, I guess you guys can say, the most awkward sex story. That same dude who I told I couldn't get a boner. Yeah, that dude. But it was me, my stepbrother, and my cousin. We were all there, and we were upstairs playing GTA 5. Well, my cousin was upstairs playing GTA 5, and we were sitting there watching them. Didn't have nothing to do. But my little sister had her friends over. My little sister usually hangs out with girls a little bit older than her, and I'm 14, as a lot of you guys may know. And one of the girls that she was hanging out with was 14. And my brother, you know, he's always horny. That's just something I noticed that we always do. We're always horny. We always talk about females. You know, that's one of the things that we actually absolutely love. So he like my cousin's name is Charlie. He like, Charlie, go downstairs and tell him to tell her to come up here, because he used to go out with a girl that gave us a blowjob, I guess you could say. He used to go out with her. He like, tell her to come up here real quick. We gotta talk to her. So he was procrastinating the whole time to tell her come up here. So my brother actually called her up here, like, girl, come up here. I ain't gonna say her name. I don't want to call her like that. But he was like, come up here. And when she came up there, she like really procrastinated, because all her friends, well, all the girls are downstairs, and all the boys are upstairs, and she's like trying to sit on the steps and like, what do you want, like that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. So once my brother convinced her to come all the way upstairs and actually sit there and talk with us, we get that questioner. Well, I don't get the questioner. I'll get the question after my brother asks her like a ton of questions about her sex life and stuff like that. You get to asking her what's the freakiest thing she's done. Have she ever gave head before? Have she ever had sex, or all that good, all that nasty stuff, I guess you could say. So once you get out of her personal life, he asked her. She had never gave head before. It was her first experience, and it was my first experience too. And he was like, "Is you trying to experience it for your first time?" And she like, no. And like, this would have got like a little crazy. So my brother, he like, okay, so since you don't want to get nobody head, who would you get if you had to give it to? If you had to give everybody head, who would you pick in order? So she picked me, my cousin, and then my brother. So my brother like, hey, he like, Desmond, dude, go tell her to. Go tell her to go give you some head or whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do it like that. I'm not about to sit there and like beg her to give me some head if she don't want to do it. So after that, my brother, he's like really thirsty. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. He's like really thirsty. He needs some water. If you guys don't, yeah, I'm pretty sure all you guys know what thirsty is. But he's like really thirsty, and he keep on talking about it to her. He's like, man, I really want to top, and he like getting real anxious. So she never did really give everyone some head that right then and there. I was actually about to go after about 2 or 3 hours of us actually talking about this stuff. I was about to go, and I was in the kitchen. We were all just in the kitchen, and my brother mentioned it again, and the girl was kind of going this time. She wasn't so much stuck up, I guess you could say. So he like, Desmond, go tell her to go take her upstairs and go get some. So I'm thinking like, I didn't want to just ask it out, just like put it out there like that. So I'm like, I looked at her and gave her the look, gave her them look, and I gave her the look, and I was like, you want to go upstairs real quick? And she started smiling and blushing, I guess you could say. And we actually went upstairs. So once we get upstairs, it's really awkward. So I'm sitting there like, so you gonna do it? And she gets to busting out laughing, and she like, yeah, blushing and stuff. So I'm like, wait, like, oh shit, I'm about to get some. I'm about to get my head. I'm about to get some head. Get a blowjob for the first time. So once we get in a position or whatever, I'm standing up, and she's on her knees. I told her to get on her knees. Get on your knees and suck. Anyways, she get on her knees, and I wasn't on hard at the time. I couldn't get a boner at the time, so I just whipped it out. I'm not about to procrastinate. And I knew my mom was on the way to come pick me up, so I'm not about to procrastinate at all. So I just whipped it out on soft and everything. I was kind of embarrassed, but I really didn't care, because she was like a lame anyway. So I just really didn't give a care. So once I whipped it out, she put it in her mouth. She like looking at it like I guess it was her like probably one of the first penises she seen. So once she whipped it out, she put it in her mouth. She you know, for the first like 5 seconds, she really, I can tell she didn't know what she was doing. So she just had it in her mouth and she just like moving it around with her tongue. Now once it get on hard, like the whole thing changes. Like once I get a boner and everything, she start to bite my dingling. I'm like, what? Like, what are you doing? Like, I pull it out like immediately once she start biting it. And it wasn't like super hard. Like I'm gonna bite your dingling off. It was like a bite that you do when you bite into a burger, something like that. But I like yanked it away, and I'm like, what are you doing? Don't bite it or whatever. So she gets a sucking it, whatever. And my brother, she heard my brother come up the stairs. He coming up there. He really was cock blocking, but you know, it is what it is. So he came up there. And she started to stand up, and once she stood, once she stood up, she still had my dingling in her mouth. So that's when she really got to sucking. Like I was getting really horny after she did that. So once she get up, she didn't like just like take my dingling out her mouth and stood up. She took my dingling out her mouth while she was getting up. So I can feel it like pull, like she was pulling my dingling while she was getting up in her mouth, and it felt really good. So I'm like, man, go back downstairs. And once you go back downstairs, you know, get out the way. I bring her to like. The room is really weirdly set up. It's set up real weird. So I take her in the back part of the room, and I make her sit down on it's like these little what are they called, love seats, I guess you could say. It was futon, and it was like a couch. So I told her to sit down on the couch, and I whip it out again. This time I'm got like a full on boner, and I'm just like stick it right in her face, and you know, she like looking at it like, oh, she procrastinating. Then she starts to bite it again. And I'm like, man, quit biting me. And all I know, my brother came around the corner. He like, man, what you biting her stuff for? And then he like, man, stop. I'm about to put it in your mouth. And he whipped it out. And I'm looking away like, dude, what are you doing? He like really cock blocking at that time. So he pulled it out, and she like, no. And like, she just like, no, I'm not about to do it. And you know, she just stopped doing the whole thing after that. So after that, I'm like real mad. I'm horny, and once I get horny, I do not like to just stop my horniness from just, you know, stopping. So I'm like, man, you ain't want to suck it no more? She's like, nah, I don't want to do it. So I'm like, man, dang, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, all right, bet. I'm like, you want me to, can we just, you know, have sex real quick so I can, you know, bust this nut real quick? Like, you know, she like she didn't go really. She was like, nah, you're not just about to have sex with me so you can tell all your friends about it. I'm like, man, I'm not gonna tell nobody. So I didn't really get to finish, you know, I didn't get the bust on her face or anything like that. No face shots, I guess you guys can say. But it was my first blowjob, so it really wasn't a full-on blowjob, but it was, you know, something like that. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of Storytime Saturdays. I know it's kind of weird and kind of personal, you know, kind of really awkward. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think of it? If you did happen to enjoy this, please drop a like. And if you're new around here, drop a like, or just let me know, give me some feedback so I can, you know, build my channel. I mean, make better videos for you guys, I guess you guys can say. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. It's been JuiceyPlaya, and I am out. Bye!